looks like old Insomniac was wrong. I was dead ass wrong. So last week I made a video about the Nintendo Switch saying that, you know, these prices are gonna go up, you're gonna get $100 games and you just gonna have to get over it because there's no way they're going to change their mind. Eventually, they're all gonna come out to be 80 and 100 and it'll just get to a point where people will just whatever, just like with the $70, they'll just buy it. And to an extent, I still kind of feel that way, but where I have realized that I was wrong was the fact that the entire gaming community, well, not literally the entire, but like it's seeming like the vast, like 90% of the majority of the gaming community has banded together against Nintendo. And it is amazing to see, because I've always been one of those people that has always said, vote with your wallet. You know, if you don't like something, stop buying it. And that's why I made the video that I did. I was like after about a week, I was assuming people would just, you know, it would just taper off like normal internet backlash and, you know, people were going to get over it. Kind of like what happened with the $70. People were upset a little bit, but it kind of died off eventually. People were just kind of accepted it. But this shit here, this injustice will not stand with gamers. Now, whether you agree games should be $80 or $90 or $100 or $60 again, you have to respect that gamers are finally in the past year really sticking to their guns about stuff, whether it be the pricing, modeling in games as far as like, you know, female characters and stuff like that, like microtransactions. Like gamers have stepped the fuck up. Salute to you. Honestly, it is wonderful to see. I think a lot of their games are still going to come out at 70, but the whole like putting the games at 90 and possibly 100, I don't think Nintendo's going to be able to successfully do it. Now, I still maintain that I think GTA is going to be able to be the one that does it. GTA is such a massive property that I think they might be able to successfully do it. Not without a ton of backlash, however, but I do think that they'll be able to weather the storm. Nintendo, I don't know if they will or not. I really don't think that they will, honestly. Now, you may be asking yourself,
like, you were talking all that big shit like a week ago. What made you change your mind all of a sudden?
Well, this morning, when I woke up to, you know, get ready for work, I like, you know, like everybody else, you get on your phone, you start scrolling a little bit, and I scrolled on YouTube and I found this video right here. The fact that NBC is talking about the Switch pricing. Now, to be clear, it's wrapped up in the tariff situation, but still, the fact that NBC is even bringing up the Nintendo Switch means that this shit's gone nuclear. At least in my mind, that's the way I see it. I've never seen a news outlet like NBC, CNN, Fox, or something like that actually talk about gaming in like a game system or something. It's all like, in fact, if I've ever seen them talk about something, I had to do something like price, like microtransactions, or you know, it's infecting kids, you know, that type of thing. So when I saw that, I was like, oh no, this shit here is not slowing down. It's actually ramping up. I thought it was gonna, you know, taper off. Nah, this shit's taking off like a rocket. I think it's over for Nintendo with respect to their, you know, them pricing their games at like $80. I don't know if they're going to be able to successfully do it. They might just do it. They might. We'll see when the thing actually comes out. And then to add fuel to the fire, one of their people, I can't remember the dude's name, but he came out and basically said,
listen, brokey, if you can't afford it, buy a Nintendo Switch 1.
You know, get your money up, nigga. Oh my God. When I saw that, I was like, oh, this shit's just done. It's over with. They just poured a whole 5-gallon tank on that fire. That was insane when I saw that. But I think that this may have gone better if Nintendo had released all of, you know, the Switch deep dive, all that stuff, you know, the pricing. I think maybe it would have gone over a little bit better, or it would have gone the way I thought it would have if they had shown all that stuff maybe like 4 months ago, before all of what's going on in the world in the US now. But with them releasing all of the trailers and all that stuff and the pricing now during what's going on with the tariffs, it was like, it was the absolute worst time to do it. I feel like it's just, it was the perfect storm to fuck Nintendo's whole plan up. That's why I think that Nintendo is not going to be able to successfully do this. GTA might. I stand by that. GTA might, but Nintendo, I'm fully turned my opinion around. I don't think they're going to be able to do it successfully. And when I say doing it successfully, that doesn't mean they're not going to release their games at that price point. What I mean is like, they're going to do it, and then the sale numbers that they normally would get, you know, the hundreds of millions of sales and stuff like that, I see their stuff getting slashed by like maybe 20% as far as like how many sales they normally get. You know, it'll be interesting to see when that time comes. But get in the comments, let me know what you think about the whole situation. Obviously, we all know what the feeling is on it, but get in the comments anyway. Look, especially if you're somebody who disagrees with my new stance, that if you still maintain that they're going to do it and people are going to accept it and the sale numbers are going to be just like they normally are, maybe even higher, who knows. But I'll see y'all in the next one. Y'all take care.